Hi, good afternoon, Flosstube. It's Sarah here from Handmade by Sarah W. I'm happy to be back. I haven't seen y'all in about 2 weeks, and this is my 5th Flosstube video. It's July 17th, and thank you for joining me. I have several WIPs that I've worked on since I've seen you last, and I'm excited to show those to you. I've got a new start and a finish, and I have 2 finishes actually, and I've got some new things that I got for my birthday that I haven't shown you yet that are stitchy related, and some plans for what I plan to work on coming up. So let's just jump right into the WIPs. So I showed you before when I was leaving to go to the beach, I quickly kitted something up and I put it in my adorable, sweet mini keeper from my friend Carrie, Tiger Lily Designs. And I've got the picture here. It's called Floral Glass, and it's by Carolyn Manning. And if you see around the flowers, that's actually stitching the brown part, but I didn't want to do that part. I just wanted to do the borders around the stained glass and just the flowers. I didn't really want to stitch all that inside of there because I had really pretty fabric and I just wanted that to shine through. So I'm doing this on 16 count. Picture this plus, and I made myself a board so that I can be all organized and hold my stitching up and show you properly. But this is 16 count, picture this plus glacier. So I'm using 2 strands of floss, and I'm using all the called for DMC. The colors are super bright and fun. Like I told y'all before, this is a really easy car stitch. And so I was in the car for a couple of hours yesterday, and so I grabbed this to take with me, and it was perfect, just perfect, because I had gotten myself set up for fill-in on the ones on the right and the left. The middle one was done, and so I just started filling in color. It's so nice to not have to just go back and forth on a chart when you're in the car. So that was really fun to stitch on. And so I just have the middles complete now. One thing that I am unsure about, and if you have an opinion, you can let me know, that color that goes, that's supposed to go inside the stained glass around the flowers that I'm not stitching, it is also supposed to go in these little places here. So I thought, well, let me finish it and then I'll decide if I want to fill those in or leave them. What do y'all think? Do you think I should fill it in or just leave it? You can let me know if you have an opinion either way. Okay, so my next WIP that I worked on, I started this one in March, and it has been really fun, a fun one to stitch, but I don't pick it up nearly as much as I do some others. I don't know why. I think it's because I set this kind of goal for myself with it, and I said, okay, I want to finish all the border work because there's some borders in the middle, and I always typically start my projects in the middle. So I thought, well, if I can get all the borders done and get this whole middle section, then I'm gonna move on to what really drew me to this chart. This is Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird. All those huge flower motifs on the top and on the bottom, I love those. Like when I first saw this chart, I just, oh my gosh, that's so pretty, I have to have it. So before I started stitching this, I knew that I wanted a brighter fabric on it, and I really kind of wanted my colors to pop. And so I'm using DMC on this, and they're vibrant and they're beautiful. And I'm using a fiber on a whim, cream and sugar. I really love this color. This is a 16 count, so I'm using 2 strands on it. Like I said, I'm doing the DMC, and I have almost the whole border done. I believe I have, Yes, there's some down here along this, and it's these satin stitches, like on the very top and the very bottom, and right here too. So I've just been saying, okay, well, you know, when I pick it up, I'll make myself do some of that work before I move on to those motifs that I'm really excited about. So all I have left in the middle is the roof on the house. So a couple of things about this chart that I thought I would mention. This U and V right here on the chart are swapped, and I wanted mine to go in order. So I just went ahead and just traded places on those. And then also the W is not charted in this middle section, so I went ahead and just added it there. And then one more thing, there was a color that was not correct on the chart. It says 689 for the symbol V, and the color is 869. So I spent more time than I care to share looking for 689, and I knew I had to have it because I have every DMC color. So I could not find that color. Well, it was because that isn't a color, and it should have been 869. So I'm glad that I got that figured out, and hopefully I can save someone else a little trouble if you go to stitch that. But this is treating this as a birth sampler, and I'll put a birthday in there. If anybody has any advice, I would really appreciate it. There is a part on this chart right here where it says, "Oh joyous day," and it has initials and a birthday. Well, it's over 1, and that's really hard to do on Ada. Also, I mean, I can do it, but I don't know. It's like hard for me to wrap my head around charting it because I need to do my own personalization to it. So if anybody has any advice for me, that's like really stumping me for some reason. I'm stuck on that because it needs to be tiny. And really, I just kind of thought, well, let me wait and get it done, and then maybe I can just fit it in some other way or some other place. I don't know. But if you have any advice for me on that, I sure would appreciate that because it kind of had me stumped a little bit. Because, you know, I need my own initials and birthday and everything, and it doesn't have that in there. Because, I mean, I'm sure they think, well, you can just use like some other letters and do whatever one, but I'm not doing it on linen. So I don't know. I do need to get that figured out. Okay, next up is a fun, colorful, big, beautiful sampler. And I have her in my January Tiger Lily Project Keeper Club Project Keeper. If you're in the club, I know you're like me and you're just thinking, oh my gosh, it's just days away till we get the next box. I mean, it's so close. I'm really excited. When I got this one, I just squealed. I was so excited for everything that was in there. So I know it's gonna be great. Everything she puts together, she just has such an eye for color and finds these fabulous little small businesses that she supports in this box, and it's just a really fun way to get some new stitching goodies and project keepers. I'm already thinking, what am I going to put in mine? Because we had talked about, I think I might switch my birthday start, which I'll show you next, into that one. Then I have some ideas of what I want to put in the April one that I have my birthday start in. Anyway, it's just really fun. So this chart, we started for Carrie's birthday, and it's Harriet Hay, and it's by Mill on the Floss. And here is my progress on this. She's a big girl. This fabric is so beautiful. This is an LFA Linens Ada. It's in 16 count, and the color is Boston Tea Party. LFA Linens is by far my favorite Ada ever. I love it. I mean, she can do no wrong with how she dyes this fabric. I love it so, so much. So what I've been kind of working on this, got some of those motifs at the top finished up and really finished out the outline of that house. The last time I pulled it out, I filled in the windows, and that's where I've gotten. So I'm trying to decide where I'm going next. Like, part of me wants to finish that whole top before I move down here, but then kind of I want to move to the bottom because I don't really have anything down there yet. So we'll see when I pull it out next time what I feel like doing. I don't know if I'll do the house, like the fill-in on the red house next time, or if I'll wait and try to do another motif before I get to that reward of just not having to look at the pattern while I'm stitching. So we'll see. We'll see what arises and what mood I'm in when I pull her out again. But she has been really, really fun to stitch on. And it'll be nice to have her on the wall because she's so bright, and the fabric just gets me every time I look at this. And we do have some hashtags on this one. It's hashtag Harriet Hay Sal, and that's HARRIOT Sal, and Tiger Lily B-Day Sal. So if you'd like to follow along and watch everyone that's working on that, on their progress, that would be fun. Here's what all my flosses look like for this one. They're really pretty and bright. Now, I'm not using the called for floss. Carrie did a custom conversion for this, and I'm so thankful that she did do all that work because it's so fun to stitch with, you know, the bright colors. I really appreciate her doing all the work on that so that I could just add to cart and copy what she was doing, and it's been fun. Okay, next, this was my birthday start, July 1st. And this is in my April Project Keeper Club exclusive Project Keeper. And this is Jane Hopkins by Hands Across the Sea. And I started her, excuse me, pick up my board here. I've got her going on Forbidden Fiber Company Ada, and the color is called Parliament, and it is this beautiful kind of neutral pinky color. And if you watched my last video, you saw me tell a story about how I got this color, this fabric. But this is where I am. I've gotten a lot done. And I'll show you the chart again so that you can kind of see. I've been working, I start in the middle, and so I've been working on all that greenery that's in the middle there. So I love to just put one color on and do as much as I can that makes sense. I'm not scared to count a little bit. I'm not gonna go like from up here to down here or anything, but if it makes sense, I try to stick with one color as long as I can. That feels good and comfortable to me. I like to do that. So I've got a couple hashtags on this one. If you would like to follow along or join in, let's see, give me 1 second here. It is Jane Hopkins B-Day Sal and Sarah's B-Day Sal. Here are my colors. These are all the called for DMC. There's 32 colors. So it's a lot of colors, but they are bright and pretty, and this is good. This has been a joy to stitch on. Like, I've really enjoyed it and kind of had to make myself work on something else, you know, because I would just keep this one out. It's been really fun. Okay, another WIP that I have This is in a fun little project keeper that I made with Carrie's pattern. And I put it in here just because it was like pretty fall colors. My sister, Laura, who is stitched_2_pieces on Instagram, she got me this book, and I've shown it before. This is one of the most beautiful books, in my opinion. I mean, when I tell you I will stitch every single thing out of here, I love this book. I love it. And so a friend of mine, Allie, she has it too, and asked me, like, hey, you want to get started on Mighty Acorn? And I'm like, yeah, let's go right now. So we got going on that, and I'll show you my progress. I can't remember if I've shown it here since I started it, or if we started, I can't remember, but I'll show you the chart. And I'm sure you've seen this. It's kind of all over, like a lot of people have stitched this. So pretty. I've stitched everything on here except for the house and the color that's this tree trunk. So that's where I'm at on that. I'm doing this one on an 18 count. It's a Zweigart sand. So I'm just using one strand on it. I love to stitch with one strand. And I am using called for, but I'm not doing like all fancy or all DMC. I'm kind of doing a mix of the two. So I have some of the called for DMC and some of the called for fancy flosses. I usually just kind of look and see like where the majority of the color and the variegation that I need to see, and that's kind of how I'll pick what flosses that I'm going to use. And then I had a new start this week too. Now this I started with my sister, and we had some of these charts for a while, and like we had the fabric, I had cut it for us the right size, serged it and everything, but we didn't have the fancy floss. We had some of the, well, I have all the DMC, but I think she might have had some of them, and so we were kind of trying to decide, well, do we want to do DMC or do we want to do fancy? So what we ended up deciding is to do most fancy floss and then a couple of DMCs. But the chart, I'm going to show it to you on my iPad so that you can see the whole thing. And it is Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. Okay, so it's one of these that has all the fun little sayings. Wear a costume, eat candy, visit a haunted house, scarecrow, carve a pumpkin, stay up late, mind your mummy, sit for a spell, brew some fun, greet a ghost, howl at the moon, and be spooktacular. So the way it works is you buy the little cards, and each card has 2 of the rules on it. You know, you can stitch those on their own if you wanted to, but she has a free border on her website that you can buy. This is what the colors look like. And so we started on the border before our floss came in. So we've got this going, and it's on 18 count vintage country mocha. And this will be fun. I just do not think we'll finish that for this Halloween. So we'll have to have our rules for next Halloween. Hopefully that'll be a good goal. So that was fun to get started on. I'm ready to stitch some more on that. I'd like to pick that up again maybe this week. And kind of the way that she and I do our sister stitch-alongs is we kind of stay together. We'll say, well, let's do this section. And so whoever gets done first, we'll just work on something else and wait on the other one. Where any other stitch-along that I do, it's we kind of just start together and then get where you get when you want to. So I like both ways. It's fun. But we have a couple things going together, so that's really fun to do and work on together. And then I had a finish. I worked on this week and I finished it. Now, this is something that I have been working on since January 1st of 2022. And I've been working on it with my friend Carrie. So if you watch her, I'm sure you do. You've probably seen this one a lot. I'm going to show you because it's a PDF chart from Etsy from Fibsters. And it is, excuse the light. Oh, what a glare. There we go. Okay, so it's the 12 Days of Christmas by Fibsters. She has this charted as one big piece, but we've broken them up into ornaments. And so my plan of attack has been work on some of the borders and try to get some of those done and then do the inside, because honestly, the inside takes no time compared to the borders. The borders are very stitch heavy. So I got her done this week, or since the last time I talked to you. Like, I don't even think I had done any of the inside since the last time I did a Flosstube. So I just have 3 of these left. I'll show you where I am so far. So this is kind of big, so I'll show like half at a time. This is done on a 14 count Needle Bling Designs Shrekie's 10. And just like that floral glass, this one has stitching charted all in here, like full coverage. But we weren't going to do that, so we picked a pretty, she found this fabric and I copied, and it's so that the fabric can just kind of show through. But I have done, so I kind of started doing 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I thought I had room to do any on this side. Well, it turns out I did. And so I'm getting them all on this one piece of fabric. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I had bought another piece of fabric and I was going to move over there. And then I thought, well, no, I think I can squeeze these in, because when I finish them, there's not going to be you're not going to see any of that fabric. I'm going to go right to that line. So I've got plenty of room to fold it over and glue it down. It'll be fine. My goal is to have those on my tree this year. So we'll see, but maybe I can do it. We actually started this with a hashtag 12 and 12 or something like that. Well, I told her this has turned into 12 and 24. Maybe, might be longer than that. Okay, so, I'm excited to show you this one. Okay, last video, I had gone to the stitching stores up in Huntsville. I told you about that. And I got this Brenda Gervais chart, Cup of Cheer, this cute little Santa. And I started it this week, or since I talked to you last, for Christmas stitching in July, Jolly July. And not only did I start him, but I finished him. So I love, love, love him. His eyebrows and mustache are satin stitches. He will get a little pom-pom here once I finish him, but he's done for now. The stitching's done anyway. But I'm gonna make this into a pillow, I think. So my intention was to have it fully finished when I was gonna film this, but I didn't get it together. So you know how it goes. Hopefully one day soon. And then I know I showed this. I stitched, well, you see my calendar here, right? So I've already told you how on the 1st of every month, I start one of these, and it just worked out perfectly to go for my, this was my June Colorado cross stitcher stitch camp piece, and this was my July. finished stitching it. I started stitching it August 1st, or I'm sorry, July 1st, and finished stitching it. Before I made this video, it wasn't fully finished, but I was making my little project board, and I had my glue, hot glue, and my iron, and I said, well, let me go ahead and fully finish that up real quick while I'm at it. So got that fully finished. So pretty. So that'll go in here for next month. And then, let's see. Oh, I did use the called for DMC on that. And I've done all of these on an 18 count. And this is on an sand, 18 count sand. The hashtags are Colorado Cross Stitcher and Cross Stitch Camp 2023. Okay, then just a couple more things. I wanted to share my plans. That's all my WIPs and my finishes. I want to share my plans for Cross Stitch Camp, my August start. So here is my camp bag that I made. And it has all the patches for all the camps that I have participated in. The only one that I haven't was the very first one, and I didn't know about it, but now I know. And so this was the one for this time, a cute little stitching bird. And what my plan is, okay, the prompt for the August camp is to do something that you've never done before. I love that Sherry does this because it really pushes you outside of your norm. I want to learn and to do things. You know, I don't want to get stuck in the same thing always. I want to try new things. So I've gone to my Winds of Autumn, and I have never stitched a strawberry. So look at that. Oh, beautiful. And it's kind of big too. Like, it's not teeny, but it's a strawberry. The size on it is 174 by 118. So like, it's not tiny, but I think I can do it, at least finish stitching it in the month. But my goal is to fully finish it before the end of the month. For the camp, you don't have to fully finish it. It's fine if you don't. But my goal is I would really like to do that. So I have gotten some of the supplies. I think what I'm going to do is probably some fancy, some DMC on that. So I've gotten a few of the flosses. I want to show you how pretty these oranges are. And, okay. This is, let's see here, 18 count vintage country mocha. So I think that'll look really pretty for that guy right there. Oh, and I got the Lady Dot Creates Velveteen in Potato that it calls for. And so that's to do the stem and the leaves. So, you know, hey, I'm going to try it. Hopefully it'll work out. My last Quaker to do is the September. So I'll be starting that 1st of August too. And that's really all I have to show you as far as plans. My mom had gotten me some charts that I showed you last week, and I did get floss for the Brenda Gervais one. I think it's called Rejoice Evermore. And I got fabric for it and also fabric for floral motifs. So I am going to start those soon. I will let you know when I get that going. Okay, I've got a few birthday gifts to show you, and I wanted to show you because they're cross-stitch gifts, the best gifts to get, right? So my sweet friend Allie, she knew that I wanted this chart, and for more reasons than just like it's so cute and precious, but cardinals are very important to me, and especially this year. Anyway, she got me this Cardinal Kin chart that I've been wanting, and the fancy floss to go with it. So I love this. And when I got this in the mail, I was so happy because I had been wanting this for a while. And in fact, the last time, not this time, but the time before that when I was at the beach, I had gone to the cross stitch shop there and I was looking for it, and I even asked her for it, and she had not even seen it yet. It had kind of just come out. So I hadn't gotten it. So anyway, thank you, friend. I love it. And I will enjoy every stitch of that. It'll be a very special piece to me. My sister, okay, so I told you she's on Instagram, Stitch to Pieces. Well, she has been putting some of her artwork on there too. And she made me a birthday card. Oh, is that not beautiful? Look at that. She made that for me. And I won't show you like what she wrote, but look at the inside. How pretty is that? So I just had to share that. She got me a few charts and some fabrics. I wanted to show you that. She got me the Brenda Gervais Seasons of the Heart. So it has spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Love these. Oh my gosh, I love these. These are going in my dough bowl. Hey, you know what? Speaking of, you know how I did those Blackbird Patriotics? I can't stop looking at those. I love them. I'm so happy with those. Like, I'm obsessed with them. And when I was looking at this Winds of Autumn book, I mean, look here. This, because now I feel like I need Blackbird house pillows for my dough bowl for every season. I gotta have it. So if you can think of a book that I might need that would fit that, let me know, please. There was another really pretty one in here. Let me show you. Sorry, I just keep coming back to this, but my gosh, it's just oh, look at this. Hello, I mean, can you even, all those stitches, is that not beautiful? Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to stitch that. Look at that. Okay, sorry. Back to, okay, my sister got me. So she got me some, it's called Vintage. It's 18 count Zweigart. This is what the color looks like. And this came from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I told her, she asked me, like, what charts would you might like to have? And I said, you know what I like. You know what kind of things I like. Surprise me. So she got me that Seasons of the Heart. She got me, okay, so she had done a Mill Hill Santa. And they're intimidating to me. I've not done beads, but I finished hers for her. And I was terrified the entire time. But she got me a bead kit, Satsuma Street, Turtle Doves. I was really excited to see that. I think it's so pretty and bright. She got me Blackberry House by Plum Street. I'm so excited to stitch that. I love these colors. And then The Last Ripe Berries. This is number 9 in the Loose Feathers series by Blackbird. Love, 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 love. So she knows me and she did a great job picking those out. She got me a couple fabrics. She got me Wren by Picture This Plus, which is like really one of my favorite colors. I mean, it is my favorite color by them for sure. And she got me, it's called Ariel, and I've not ever had this color before. It's the blue one. So I look forward to using that. Both of those will get good use. a little bit of haul that I got. When she was at Hobby Lobby, she took a picture of the Ada because I said, I'm interested to see what they have. Take a picture and show me, and I might get you to get me some. So these are all 14 count, and they're all Zweigart from Hobby Lobby. And this one is called Vintage Oat. This is called Spa. It's a really pretty green. This is Vintage Taupe. It makes me think of Vintage Country Mocha. And then this is Mist. So I'll show you all of them together. Really pretty colors. So I think that is all. Let me check my list. Yeah, that's all I have today. This has been fun to get back together with y'all and let you know what I've been working on. I love keeping up with everybody on Instagram and see what they're working on and watching everybody's Flosstube. So I think 2 weeks kind of works good for me. I have enough to share if I wait that long. So maybe that'll kind of be my... before I committed to like what I really plan to do, I wanted to just kind of fill it out and see. And that may be what works good for me. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And catch me on Instagram. I try to post a lot, and it's fun to chat with people on there. And y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.